Hey, it's me, the Jeff Network, coming back with another video today. We're live on YouTube now. It's just going to be a YouTube live stream this evening. We're going to talk some Jets news, some Jets quarterback battle update, and a preview of week 2 of the preseason. Just before we get into preview of that week, I want to say that my predictions may be off due to time of the season, it being the preseason, and it's pretty hard to figure out who's going to win which games whenever they're not playing their starters. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The big news for Jets fans overall this week. There's not much crazy news this week in the NFL. Just regular training camps into day 11 through 15 this week in training camp. And the news of the week for the New York Jets is on Sunday afternoon. The Jets are practicing with the Redskins, who they are playing tomorrow evening at 8:00. And they got into a little bit of a wrestle fight in that practice. So the little I know about this, the way it went was they were having a scrimmage, that being the Jets and the Redskins. The Redskins had the ball and they handed it off to the running back, or threw a pass to Reed, I believe, wide receiver Reed, for the Redskins. He then ran to the sidelines, was pushed a little bit by sorry about that bug. Pushed a little bit by safety for the New York Jets, former 6th overall pick, Jamal Adams. Then they got into a big fight, resulting in in D lineman Moses being pulled out of practice to get a injury report / figure out what was wrong with his knee, because at the end of the fight he had an injured knee. Regardless, there was some video on it. If you're going to go and watch that, I want to warn you that it is not in perfect English, per se, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the news for the Jets. None of the Jets players were injured, and here's my take on it. What are you doing? This is Sunday after you got about 3.5 weeks to the first game of the season. I'm glad you didn't get injured. That's great. But what is your issue, and you think you should get in a fight? You didn't get injured. I get it. But it's just bad sportsmanship. I don't like it on the Jets side of things. And I think there's a late touch for the Jets. But I think both sides have fault. I think it's immature on both sides because they both have a season to come up. And they aren't even in the same conference, aren't even in the same division. But regardless, it happened. I don't think it's going to affect the Jets very much. More than just a little bit of a rivalry if they play them in the playoffs or Super Bowl or any other time in the season, including tomorrow night's game in the preseason. So, the next news, Jalen Ramsey talks about his quarterback in Blake Bortles. As you know, Blake Bortles is not the MVP type of quarterback, per se. He's top of the line, probably 30. Out of ranked quarterbacks, there's not many quarterbacks that are worse than him. His team has had success. I get that. He's not a terrible quarterback. He's an okay to lower average quarterback, in my opinion. I think it's hard for me to jump on a guy that can't throw a screen pass. Look at the tape and you know what I mean. In the Jaguars game versus the Bills in the divisional round, the wild card round of the playoffs, this last playoffs. Obviously, they went on and beat the Steelers, and they went to the AFC Championship, and they're the number 2 team in the AFC by playoff rankings and length of playoff run, but you still don't have a good quarterback regardless. I personally thought there was a time in where they get a new quarterback and maybe a potentially quarterback Eli Manning. I thought maybe Eli would get thrown down for maybe some picks and a player or two, like a wide receiver or two, but obviously that didn't happen. And Eli Manning's still in the city of New York with the Giants. So that is the news there. He says Blake Bortles, Jalen Ramsey, and I quote, says, "I trust him as a quarterback." This isn't crazy news. What do you expect your quarterback's going to say? Oh, he's terrible. No, that'd make the news, and then we'd have this issue of the quarterback doesn't like the running back, doesn't like the quarterback. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's not huge news. It's just sort of duh kind of news, but it happened, and we're reporting on it. So that's because this week, once again, wasn't very media. It wasn't covered in the news this week. Des Bryant to visit the Browns once again. That the visit that I said about he was supposed to visit on Monday of that 2 weeks ago. I think it was like the first of the month. He never did that. No, excuse me. The third or the fifth of the month. He never did that. So they're still planning on that meet up, but they have not done it yet. So those are the three headlines. That being the Jets got in a fight with the Redskins. The Jalen Ramsey is in trust with quarterback Blake Bortles, and Des Bryant visits with the Browns is to visit with the Browns. Once again, I think on this Browns thing with Des Bryant, sign him, but you don't know. If he's great, keep him. If he's not, get rid of him. Like everyone else did. I don't know why. I think he should be on the roster. He's good enough to be on the roster, but he just hasn't done that yet. So to the preview. The first game tomorrow night is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots. Once again, none of the starters will be playing. This is a game, the rematch of the Super Bowl. I believe they have a rematch again in Week 1 for the Super Bowl. Of the Super Bowl game there, if I'm not wrong. They normally do. At least they play again a rematch. But I have the Eagles to win this one. I think. The quarterbacks that the Eagles have on the roster are many and very many. That's a topic we'll talk about at the end of this video about quarterback battles and such. We're going to talk Eagles quarterback battle. I forgot to mention that at the end of this video, the very end. But I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. I think. By the way, another. I have some other news to put at the end of the video. I completely forgot about that as well. I'm sorry. But the Eagles are going to win this game. Then Green Bay versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Green Bay is going to win this one too. Then the Giants versus the Detroit Lions. Once again, I'm just going to throw my picks out here, and whatever happens here. Giants versus Detroit. I had the Giants to win this one. Jets versus Washington Redskins. I think the Jets are going to win again. I see a good game. I think that I think Sam Darnold's going to continue to play good preseason football. I don't expect to see much of quarterback Josh McCown, according to the way it seemed like they ran him last year in the preseason. They sort of know what you're getting out of him as a quarterback, a middle to above game manager type of move with him. So you know what you're getting out of Josh McCown, that is. So I don't expect to see. I expect to see a little bit more Teddy. I think as a general rule, the Jets want more Teddy Bridgewater on this roster. They want more more knowledge on Teddy Bridgewater as a quarterback. In the overall sense of it, I think that Jets will come out victorious. The Washington Redskins, obviously, it's the preseason, so it doesn't count. But it will be nice to see the Jets win again. I believe they will. The Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. I have the Falcons to win this game once again. I expect to see some rookie quarterback out of the quarterback for the Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback of the Chiefs. I think he's gonna play good. I'm not sure about how good. We'll see. I like him as a prospect. He hasn't played very much this season, before this season, so it'll be nice to see how he does this season. Next, the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. I have Cleveland to win this game. I think Baker's going to continue to rise here and play some more. I think you can run Baker this last 3 weeks of preseason and just see how he does. And worst comes to worst, you know what you're getting out of Tyrod Taylor. You're going to get a quarterback that's probably going to get you 4 or 5 wins on this roster, but he's not going to be an electric fire running kind of quarterback, if you know what I'm saying. And so I think Cleveland's going to get that win. Miami and the Carolina Panthers. I have Miami to win this game. That is the Dolphins. The Dolphins have some quarterback drama here. Matt Moore potentially. I think he's maybe better than Ryan Tannehill if Ryan Tannehill doesn't come back very well. But you don't know what you're getting out of Ryan Tannehill. He pretty much missed the entire last season after that playoff run of theirs. But, I mean, this team is not that far out of the playoffs if they have a good Ryan Tannehill, that is. Next, the Arizona Cardinals and the Saints. The Saints are going to win. Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's going to win. Even if Jalen Ramsey has faith in his quarterback, it's preseason. Back to the next pick is the Chargers. The Rams and the. Excuse me, I have these games mixed up. Sorry. Let's skip this one and I'll come back and find the other one. Here the next game is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions. The Denver. Oh wow, the Bengals and the Cowboys. Excuse me about that little mess up there. Bengals are going to lose this game. I think Dallas can come out victorious here in that game, and then the San Francisco and Houston Texans. I think Deshaun Watson is going to prove that he's still the quarterback he was last year, and come out and win this one for him, all out. If you know what I'm saying, which you do because you're awesome. Anyway. Now I have it. Excuse me. It's the LA Rams and the the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders. That is. So the Raiders are gonna come out in this game and win it, and then Tampa and Tennessee. Tennessee's gonna win this one, and Denver Broncos and the Bears. I have the Denver Broncos to win this game. So once again, those are my predictions. They are not full bore predictions. I just sort of glanced over it here quickly and made my prediction. Once again, I'll be making better and great picks all year long because I'm a great predictor. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll see what happens with that this week. I'm pretty sure. Wait, excuse me. I have two more games: Seattle Seahawks and the Chargers. I have Seattle and Baltimore and the Colts. That is the Ravens and the Colts. I have the Colts to win. Andrew Luck looked pretty good last week, and he's going to look pretty good this week, and they're going to win. So that's my update on that. And now, after those predictions, once again, those predictions probably won't be on target because it's the preseason, and it's very hard to make predictions in the preseason. But I'm pretty sure they did pretty good last week, and in the Hall of Fame game. I was correct on that game. So the next thing we have to talk about is the Jets quarterback situation. Once again, same topic as a couple weeks ago. The Jets still have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Still the 3 that will stay on the roster. I think just to spread the amount, or what do you call it? The snaps around for each quarterback. I think the leader at this point is Sam Darnold. The leader at this point is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy is done nothing but great since he's came in to play for the Jets in week 1 of the preseason. Obviously, it's week 1 of the preseason. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how good he's going to play. But they won 17-zip, and he threw a TD and 85 yards. He only threw 1 incomplete pass. What worse can you do on that drive? Once again, the next guy on that list, I think, is quarterback Sam Darnold, the rookie. I think if Teddy Bridgewater gets injured or he's not playing well, I think Sam Darnold is the one to go in for him. I'm not super sure, but I think that's my opinion. So Josh McCown is number 3 on the list. Once again, Josh, I don't think he's going to see much more playing time in the National Football League for the New York Jets, that is. I think he's going to be a good mentor. I think that's what he wants to do. I think he wants to be the coach on the field with a jersey that can throw stuff together if they need it. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's mostly going to be a mentor for Teddy and Sam Darnold. Once again, I think Teddy has the best chance to win this job. I think he's going to be the week 1 starter. Once again, last year I was wrong. So if you don't believe me, well, we'll see what happens. I was wrong last year. Maybe, hopefully, I'm right this year. I had Teddy Bridgewater to win that. And the last news for the New York Jets. And the New York Jets. Sort of general idea. When it comes to the quarterback position for the Philadelphia Eagles, what you think? What are you talking about, John? I thought you said Jets news. I am. The Jets news is that Christian Hackenberg, has been signed to the Philadelphia Eagles for a minimum deal, I believe. Let's look this up here quick. Bad management on my part, but I knew they signed. So he signed, and the quarterback list for this Philadelphia Eagles is very long, because the quarterbacks are obviously Carson Wentz, Colin Kaepernick. Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, the third quarterback. I'm trying to think here. Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Ryan Studfield, quarterback Christian Hackenberg, and there's one more on that list that I can't think of right at this moment. But anyway, so those are the five quarterbacks on that roster, and they signed him here to one more. I guess it's, in my opinion, it's a come in here and show it kind of signing. Like, if you're gonna come and you want to play football still, come in and prove it. And if you have the chance, we'll put you on the roster. We'll give you some playing time. But if you don't look better, you don't look better. If you know what I'm saying. So that's the news. Hackenberg is on a team. And his deal is let's see. He'll be playing as number 8 for the Eagles, and he is the It is a minimum deal. It is a minimum deal for a 1-year contract, I believe. He probably, in my opinion, I think he's going to get cut at the deadline here. Well, I don't know. I think he, in his first training camp debut as an Eagle, he threw 2 interceptions. So what's that show for you? Doesn't show very good for me, in my opinion. But that is what happened for Hackenberg. So that is it. The New York Jets news, and for everything news for the New York Jets for the NFL. It is your man, the JFT Network. Tune in next Wednesday, and on Monday I will come out with my recap video of each preseason game. Follow the quarterbacks there on a non-live video there. But I'll be back on Monday. Thanks for watching. This was the JFT Network's live stream of Week in Review on the 15th of August, 2018. Have a nice day, and God bless you all.